The automotive world was recently rocked by an extraordinary regulatory move that has captured global attention. In an unprecedented action, authorities in the United Kingdom seized Tesla's much-hyped Cybertruck, setting off a chain reaction that has seen the vehicle effectively banned in over 128 countries. Today, we delve into the intricate reasons behind these sweeping prohibitions, exploring how a combination of design choices, safety concerns, and regulatory challenges could redefine Tesla's ambitions on the world stage. When Tesla unveiled the Cybertruck in November 2019, it was heralded as nothing less than revolutionary. This was not simply the introduction of another electric vehicle, it was an audacious statement. With its futuristic, angular design, the truck's exoskeleton of ultra-hard stainless steel and its off-road capabilities positioned it as a symbol of technological daring and innovation. Elon Musk presented the Cybertruck as a glimpse into the future of transportation, a vehicle that was indestructible, powerful, and purpose-built for adventure. The immediate public reaction confirmed its impact. Within days of the unveiling, pre-orders soared past 250,000, and by 2023, that number reportedly exceeded 1.9 million. The Cybertruck quickly emerged as one of the most anticipated launches in automotive history, promising to disrupt an industry dominated by legacy brands such as Ford and Chevrolet. However, as anticipation grew, so too did regulatory concerns. Governments and safety experts began to scrutinize the Cybertruck's design and construction. The very attributes that set it apart from conventional pickups, its bulletproof stainless steel frame, unyielding exterior, and angular lines, were simultaneously at the heart of its controversy. In key international markets including the United Kingdom, Germany, Japan, and Australia, regulators raised alarms about several critical issues. Foremost among these concerns is safety. In many regions, vehicles are mandated to include crumple zones, sections designed to absorb impact during a collision to protect both passengers and pedestrians. The Cybertruck's ultra-hard stainless steel body, while visually striking and seemingly impervious, lacks this vital feature. In the event of an accident, rather than deforming to dissipate energy, the vehicle's rigid structure transfers the full force of impact to any object or person in its path. This characteristic has led to severe safety warnings, particularly from European authorities, who emphasize that the truck's sharply defined edges pose a significant risk to pedestrians. The situation is further complicated by technical constraints. European standards require a rounding of approximately 3.2 millimeters on protruding parts to mitigate injury risks, a modification that, according to Tesla's vehicle engineering vice president Lars Marvi, is unfeasible on a 1.4 mm thick stainless steel plate. Additionally, the Cybertruck's substantial weight compounds these issues. With a fully loaded mass of approximately 3,500 kilograms, or 7,716 pounds, the vehicle falls into the same regulatory category as ambulances and some motorhomes. This classification not only subjects it to stricter oversight but also complicates its approval for road use in markets where limits on speed and weight are strictly enforced. In regions such as the United Kingdom and Germany, the absence of a mandated speed limiter, an omission linked to the truck's massive battery pack and heavy build, adds yet another layer of regulatory complexity. These challenges extend beyond the realm of safety. They strike at the core of Tesla's global market strategy. The bans imposed in more than 128 countries represent a significant setback, threatening not only the success of the Cybertruck but potentially jeopardizing Tesla's leadership in the electric vehicle industry. With some U.S. states even reassessing the vehicle's compliance with existing road safety laws, the implications are far-reaching. Critics argue that the issue is not solely one of safety regulation but also a warning to the company, a signal that innovation may be curtailed by increasingly stringent international standards. In essence, the Cybertruck has become the battleground on which the future of automotive design and regulatory oversight is being contested. Amid these mounting challenges, Tesla's response has been swift and multifaceted. Elon Musk has not hesitated to express his frustration, and reports indicate that the company is weighing the possibility of legal action against certain governments. Tesla contends that the Cybertruck is being unfairly singled out compared to other heavy-duty vehicles that face less stringent restrictions. Moreover, there is speculation that Tesla might reorient its strategy by limiting the Cybertruck's market to North America, where regulatory frameworks are less burdensome, thus sacrificing its global ambition in favor of domestic consolidation. Yet, even as Tesla contemplates its next move, a potential lifeline has emerged from within the labyrinth of international vehicle regulations. Hidden deep in the legal texts governing road safety lies an exception for low-production, specialty vehicles. If Tesla were to reclassify the Cybertruck under this provision, it might bypass some of the design restrictions that currently impede its approval in Europe and other regions. However, this option is not without significant drawbacks. To benefit from the loophole, Tesla would be forced to limit the number of Cybertrucks sold in these markets, a strategy that could curtail the vehicle's mass market appeal and result in substantial revenue losses. This regulatory quandary places Tesla at a crossroads, with three primary paths available. The first option involves a comprehensive redesign of the Cybertruck to meet international safety standards. This would likely require modifications to its exterior to introduce crumple zones, a re-engineered bumper to mitigate pedestrian injury risks, and even adjustments to the materials used in its construction. Although such changes could pave the way for global market approval, they come with high costs and could delay the vehicle's rollout by years, an unacceptable outcome in a fiercely competitive market where rivals like Ford, Rivian, and GMC are rapidly advancing their own electric truck programs. The second pathway is to engage in a legal battle against the regulatory authorities. Tesla could challenge the bans by arguing that the Cybertruck is being subjected to disproportionately strict scrutiny relative to other vehicles. A successful legal challenge might set a precedent that forces regulators to reconsider their safety mandates for electric vehicles. However, litigation of this nature is inherently unpredictable, potentially expensive, and time-consuming. There is no guarantee that a court ruling would be favorable, leaving Tesla exposed to prolonged uncertainty and further market exclusion if the decision goes against them. The third and perhaps most immediately appealing option for Tesla is to double down on its North American strategy. In the United States, where vehicle design regulations are more accommodating of unconventional aesthetics and engineering choices, the Cybertruck has already generated significant demand. By focusing its production and marketing efforts on the domestic market, Tesla could solidify its position as a leader in innovative truck design. However, this approach carries the inherent risk of limiting the Cybertruck's global impact, resulting in billions of dollars in lost revenue and a diminished international presence. In light of these scenarios, the regulatory setbacks confronting the Cybertruck serve as a microcosm of a broader tension, the clash between pioneering technological innovation and the rigid structures of regulatory compliance. The Cybertruck was designed to defy convention, to be tougher than any pickup, faster than a sports car, and enduring beyond the typical lifespan of an automobile. Yet those very attributes, celebrated by Tesla's supporters, are now at the center of a fierce regulatory debate. If the bans persist, Tesla could face not only a significant financial blow but also a tarnished reputation, potentially influencing future innovations across the electric vehicle sector. In summary, the unfolding saga of the Cybertruck encapsulates a critical moment for both Tesla and the automotive industry at large. As the company grapples with sweeping international bans and a labyrinth of safety regulations, the stakes have never been higher. The outcome of this regulatory battle could redefine the limits of automotive innovation, setting the stage for a new era in which creative design must contend with rigorous, sometimes inflexible, standards. Tesla now stands at a pivotal juncture. Will it compromise on its visionary design to meet global safety standards, engage in a protracted legal struggle, or retreat to focus on the more forgiving domestic market? The future of the Cybertruck remains uncertain. What is clear, however, is that the case represents a fundamental test of how far regulatory bodies are willing to go in curbing groundbreaking innovation. With billions in potential revenue at stake and a global market watching intently, Tesla's next steps will have far-reaching consequences. As regulators and industry leaders debate the appropriate balance between innovation and public safety, one thing remains certain: the Cybertruck has already redefined the conversation about the future of vehicles. Its fate will not only determine the company's trajectory but also set a precedent for the entire electric vehicle industry. This investigative report has explored the multifaceted challenges that Tesla now faces, from technical safety concerns and international legal barriers to strategic dilemmas and market uncertainties. The resolution of these issues will reveal much about the evolving relationship between innovation and regulation, and whether bold visions for the future can indeed overcome the practical demands of global safety and compliance. The Cybertruck saga is far from over, and its next chapter may well determine the direction of automotive progress in years to come.